Alright, welcome to another edition of MLB As of. We are now at the official last weekend, well, next weekend will be, because think about it, we're not going to have the last Sunday in August, but yeah, 3 full days to take a look at all of the action, of course, because you look at the weekend, of course, the weekend is that time to just think about baseball. You're probably playing with the kids, or the kids are, ending summer camp, getting them ready for school, or maybe you're just burnt out from work. I understand, and you want a distraction. So here comes baseball, right? Well, here in New York, we have a lot to discuss, of course. I'm not going to talk about individual players like I normally do. We're going to probably save that for the last day of the season, because then I can say how this guy did, and he had a good season, and all that stuff. That's going to be in the end of September. You all have my word on that. But I quickly want to mention another planned sports video I will be doing will be on Thursday, September 5th. Now, what is so special about that day? Well, that day we have the return of the NFL. And I will be giving my predictions for the 2019 season. Now, of course, if you want to look forward to some football tomorrow, Andy Plays will feature Madden NFL 20. So I'm already spoiling it, but that's on schedule upload for tomorrow. So if you want to see that, you're more than welcome to. But if you want my thoughts on the season coming up, that will be on Thursday, September 5th. I'm going to work on the preview, because I'm probably going to record it on Labor Day besides my September agenda video. So there's that. That's one of the key factors of the September agenda that I will recap on that Monday, of course. But let's stick on topic. Let's go to baseball. So MLB as of Saturday, August 24th, 2019 is this. So right now the New York Yankees 8 games in front of the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa's actually getting on a roll recently. They've been streaky, but they've been able to fight and claw to stay in the wild card hunt. Now, as far as when they're playing the Yankees again, I'm looking at the schedule right now. The only time the Yankees are scheduled to face Tampa again would be in late September. That would be the 24th and the 25th. So according to the schedule, that's the next time they'll be facing them. Here's an odd way to end the season. The Yankees are going to be playing the Texas Rangers. Alright, that makes it a little bit easier to figure out, I guess. Not going to get into the non-contending teams, because I just don't think it's necessary. Wherever you see E, that means you're done. That means you're pretty much done. So right now, the way it looks, the Yankees' magic number to clinch the American League East would be 25, because this is the elimination number. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is, if the Yankees can shrink the number down from 25 to 5 to 3, that would be good. So 25 is the magic number for the Yankees right now, and from there, we'll figure it out. The only complicated thing right now, division-wise, is the Central. The Twins and the Indians. I don't know who's honestly going to win this division. I said back in the spring, I still thought the Indians have a chance. They still do. They did take care of Kansas City last night. But what's embarrassing is, how did the Twins lose to the Tigers? I cannot understand that. How did the Twins lose to the Tigers? That is just very embarrassing, considering that the Tigers and the Orioles are now on the race for the worst record in baseball right now. Or in the American League, in that sense. The Yankees better be careful if they want that number 1 record in the American League, because right now the Houston Astros are still catching up to them. Now, as far as the Yankees playing Houston again, schedule, thankfully, they do not have to play Houston. That's good on that front. They had to play Houston again, that would not be good. But they have to play Oakland again. They're playing Oakland A's at home on Labor Day weekend next week, so that is not going to be good for the Yankees. They just got swept by Oakland. Oh, and they're playing the Giants. Okay, so let's see where this is going. Wow. Let's move on to the National League. The Mets are still in the hunt for the wild card. They're 2 games back. They lost a very tough game in extra innings last night in 14 innings, which was crazy enough. So right now, the way it looks, the New York Mets are now 2 games back. Your wild cards right now, the way things look, would be the Nationals and the Cubs. Chicago did lose last night to, believe it or not, the Nationals. And the Cardinals now officially are on top in the Central. Milwaukee is still around. Brewers could get hot at the right time, and then they'd have to hope the Cardinals just tank. But I don't know. I'm still keeping faith that I'm going to go with my prediction that Milwaukee is still going to win the Central. But the Cardinals have been streaky, the Cubs have been streaky, and the Brewers have been streaky. By the way, I just want to mention one thing. If the Mets had beaten Atlanta last night, the Nats would have been 5 games back. And Scherzer just came back from the IL. So the Nats definitely made the right move. And I'll just quickly bring up the Giants. Yeah, and they should have traded Madison Bumgarner, huh? They waited at the wrong time. But the Nats made the right move. I'll tell you this right now. I was watching the Nationals when I was in Maryland back in June with the 2 weeks I had because Maston's on the cable box. And the Nationals just really looked good. Like, they were winning even before the All-Star break. So I was saying, maybe the Nats... I was saying this like, let's see what happens. Do they have a chance to trade Scherzer? And I'm like, okay, the Yankees are not getting Scherzer, so now it's Bumgarner. And believe it or not, the Yankees didn't get Bumgarner. Well, that's another topic for another day. So, is this right? So it says the Dodgers' magic number to clinch is 13. Wow. So the Dodgers could be the first team to clinch the division this year. Wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, I have to keep an eye on the Central. Might have to keep an eye on the East because Nationals fans, you're going to have to hope the Mets win the next 2 and you take care of business against the Cubs. Because let me tell you right now, you take care of business against the Cubs, you'll be 4 games back of the Braves, if you, let's say, hope the Mets take the next 2 from Atlanta. That'll be something. So, I'll just take a look very quickly at the pitching probables because that's very important to look at. And then we'll just wrap up this video. So I'll just do with the New York matchups. So, 4:05 later today. Game will be on Yes. Game will be on Fox Sports 1 if you're out of market. So we have CC Sabathia taking on Tony Gonsolin. So not a lackluster matchup. Tomorrow night's going to be fun, which I'll get into in just a second. Mets will be on Channel 11 tonight. Picks 11, Zach Wheeler taking on Max Fried. Now, Fried is good. His ERA is so-so, but he is pitching really well. The Mets have to be worried about that. And also, I'll mention, if you are going to Citi Field tonight, please stay after the game because there will be fireworks immediately. Hopefully no extra innings. Win or lose, tonight's victory is the fireworks, especially on weirdly enough, a nice off. This is the weirdest thing about the weather here in New York today. It's not even going to hit 80, which that's not normal in August. It's supposed to be 8. It's supposed to be above 80 degrees for a daytime high in late August, but guess not. Also, the Mets will be on Channel 11 tomorrow here in New York. So Dallas Keuchel taking on Steven Matz. And the Yankees, this is going to be good. It's going to be a good matchup tomorrow. The potential American League Cy Young Award winner, Domingo Germán. Now, why could he be the Cy Young Award winner? He has 16 wins. Doesn't that impress you? Even though he has a high ERA. But it's going to be tricky for the Yankees tomorrow because they have to deal with, obviously, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, Clayton Kershaw. Now, he's not the greatest yet. He just needs to win a World Series is what I'm saying. And think about this. The Dodgers have not won the World Series in 31 years. So, these magical seasons the Dodgers keep putting on for their fans, I don't know how long that window's going to shrink. I really don't know at this point. Because I'll bring this up right now. This is a World Series preview. And I'm glad the Yankees were able to take care of business last night. But don't get carried away. Because literally, again, that bad series against Oakland just sets the, I'm trying to think of a good term to use here. Because I just can't think of it at the moment. Set the ground run. Keep the ground running for the Yankees. What I'm trying to say is that if they can take care of Oakland next week at the stadium, they got to prove that they can deal with the Dodgers. Don't get embarrassed by Seattle next week. And then you worry about the Mariners next week at Yankee Stadium. As far as the Mets, I'll end up with this thought that take care of the Braves. 2 out of 3 will not be bad. Listen, you swept Cleveland. That's a good start right there. As far as how many wins the Mets are going to have, at least you guys are above 500, which is a good start. But you take care of the Cubs next week, you're in a whole different world. And then you get to play against I'm trying to check the schedule. Yeah, it's the Phillies next weekend. And you're going to play against the Braves on Labor Day. Not the Braves, the Nationals. Right, the Nationals. So you guys are playing Philly and the Nationals. 2 teams in your division that are still chasing a wild card right now. Because I'll quickly mention, Phillies are still in the race. Phillies are 2.5 back. So, do the Mets still have a chance? Yes. But in order to stick around, gotta start winning games. They're doing that, but you can't get streaky. You cannot afford to get streaky. You can average a 2 out of 3 in every series. That's a good start. And then you figure it out from there. And also, when Robinson Cano comes back, imagine how many more opportunities he's going to have to knock in some runs. Because before he got injured, he was getting on base a lot. So we'll see what that happens. But, that being all said, I'm going to wrap up this edition of MLB As Of. Thank you all for watching. I will try to do this every Saturday until the baseball season is over. Then, of course, I'll be recapping the postseason like I did last year. So, until the next one, please take care.